Hello! In the following video, you will be introduced to the concept of teaching strategies for closing a lesson, and you will be given some examples that you can adapt to the context of EFL teaching in rural areas. At this point, we all know the importance of selecting the right strategies for opening and developing a lesson. We know they help us to introduce a new topic, place students in an English state of mind, get students focused, and make students ready to learn and acquire the new language. However, another important part of teaching is having an appropriate closing to a lesson. Closure is the stage that ends a lesson, shows students' progress, and creates a lasting impression. Many teachers just play a game or let students work on an activity till the bell rings. When you do this, you neglect to give your students closure on what they have learned for the day. You're not capitalizing on your unique opportunity to effectively wrap things up in a way that will benefit your students' learning. The closure for teachers is an opportunity to check for understanding and inform subsequent instruction, emphasize key information, tie up loose ends, and correct misunderstandings. For students, it is an opportunity to summarize, review, and demonstrate their understanding of major points, consolidate and internalize key information, link lesson ideas to a previously learned knowledge, and finally, transfer ideas to new situations. Teachers shouldn't use this stage to introduce new information. This is the chance for students to shine. All the information should come from them about what they learned during the class. Teachers shouldn't ask questions such as, "Did you understand?" or "Is it clear?" because these questions don't ensure comprehension of the target language, as they don't raise awareness of problems they may have. And finally, they don't indicate to the teacher that the learners have fully understood. The most important feature of this stage is consolidation. Students need to show what they learned. The best way to end a lesson is to give students a review or round-up activity, so that they may see the progress they've made in just one lesson. It is important to let students know that you are checking if the learning objective of the lesson has been achieved. After the final activity, if the teacher realizes that students haven't achieved the objective of the lesson, he or she needs to think whether additional practice is needed or if he or she needs to reteach. Remember that effective activities for the closing stage help students reflect on what they have learned, allow students to express what or how they are thinking about new information, and teach students to think critically. We can have different levels of guidance for the activities we will use during the closing stage, from controlled practice to free practice. An effective activity that you can use is the exit slip. In the first video, we talked about the entry ticket. That strategy was used at the beginning of the class to activate prior knowledge. The exit slip is used before students leave so that teachers are provided with an informal measure of how well students have understood a topic or lesson. At the end of your lesson, ask students to respond to a question or prompt. You can design questions or prompts related to the language levels such as beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Let's see an example. If you are teaching vocabulary related to global issues, you can use the following examples. With beginners, you can say, "Write as many words as you remember about global issues." Or, complete the following sentence with a word from today's class. With intermediate levels, write a sentence with your opinion about this particular global issue. Or, "The thing that surprised me the most about this global issue was..." With advanced levels, discuss what you can do to address the issues presented in today's lesson. Remember, you may state the prompt orally to your students or project it on a whiteboard. You may want to distribute cards for a student to write down their responses. Review the exit slips to determine how you may need to alter your instruction to better meet the needs of all of your students. Summary. Strategies for closing a lesson are important because they help us realize our students' progress so as to determine how we can continue teaching in the following lessons. That's why in this stage, it is essential that you provide these 3 things. 1. A time for students to cool down after an activity-filled class. 2. A review of what they've learned. And 3. The proper closure to the day's tasks. Keep these 3 essential points in mind and you'll come up with great effective ways to end your lessons every time. That's all. Thanks for watching.